right, love bugs, we are coming on today just to kind of talk about how to really get the momentum going. When you start coaching, you posted, hey, I'm a coach, this is what we're doing, and now what? Really, like what are we supposed to be doing from here? So we did a couple of slides on different things that we have talked about and things that we have learned. Some of them are from our top coaches. And then if we have any questions, let us know and we can always help you, but these are just some idea generators. So I'll do the share screen. All right, love bugs. So this is all about getting the momentum going and really just starting to move your business forward. Before we do that, I wanted to talk about, I know some of us don't really know what it means to have points, but you get 2 points for really signing somebody up with a challenge pack. I do feel like there's somebody missing on this page, but I'm not 100% sure. So Amanda is rocking this month and she has 8 points. I have 6. Kristen has 2 and Kaylee has 2. We have a whole bunch of brand new coaches. We have discount coaches, but these are coaches that have said, listen, I'm really going to take this as a business. So we have Cami, Haley, and Kaylee. And what's really kind of cool is I know that Kaylee and Kristen are both halfway to Emerald. We posted in the coach chat. We're really very, very proud. We also have somebody, Mandy, who's also halfway to Emerald, which is really fantastic. So congratulations to you guys. Amanda, do you have anything to add to that? Okay. All right. This I really want to set. I'm the queen of timers. I want to set a timer. If you have a pen and a piece of paper, if not, even like just open up your notes or just think about it. What is your why for coaching? Because I think, so sorry. Really want you to think about, why do you want to coach? I really started out as just doing it because I thought I could make a little bit of money here and there. And then I found this huge passion for it. Like today I was talking to my husband, like I sat down, did the meal planning thing with everybody. I was like on cloud 9. I was just so excited and it just became so natural. And I was so excited to just talk to people and help people. My why changes. I do think my why changes often. Now that Craig is kind of laid off, like we're worried about what finances mean. So I am really trying to push very hard so that this is something stable, not just a little bit of a hobby. So I want us to sit down. I'm going to set a timer and just do a free write. Like I'm a teacher, I'm going to do this. Just literally sit there, look at the paper and just write. I don't care about grammar. I don't care about anything like that. Just write and think about why you would be passionate for coaching. So I'm going to set a timer for 30 seconds and just to set the attention for our call today. Ready, set, go. All right, there's our 30 seconds. Amanda, I don't know if you wanted to share anything on that, because I feel like your why has definitely changed recently too.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously my why at first was to, especially with the business, one, to focus on myself and having this business, holding myself accountable to be there for not only myself, but for others. It definitely helped me stay on track. And then realizing how much potential that there is in this business to knock off the debt that I had coming back from my deployment in Korea. And then I'm continuing to work on my student loans. But now that I'm pregnant, my why, and obviously I've been a coach now for 2 years, it's definitely changed a little bit as far as my overall why. Obviously now, as far as business focused, Helping others obviously is always my number one concern, and making sure that I stay on track with my own health and wellness journey is obviously the biggest priority. But now that I have a little human growing inside, obviously that plays a huge role in why I, get up and do what I do every single morning. So like Ashley said, it definitely can change. Your why reason is not something that's set in stone. It's not concrete. I like to say it's kind of written in pencil, because it's always going to be somewhat erased and rewritten, and that's totally okay. But as long as you have something that kind of keeps you going every day, that's momentum.
I agree. All right, I will share to the next slide. And I'll let Amanda talk on this.
Okay, so we mentioned obviously having your why reason, but overall, like just making an impact is really what I guess like the main priority, I guess you can say, of this business or of your business is. Like you're constantly always either impacting those around you, obviously through social media, and your family and everybody kind of that surrounds you virtually and in your actual bubble. So we'll just go over, I guess, what every letter in impact means in this business realm. So I just have this like little quote here. It is inspiring people through your story, your journey, and by sharing your mission and message with positivity and passion, even on the hard days. Impact is built by the action you take every day to connect with others in a way that creates trust. So obviously the first word is inspire. And it's kind of goes along with, I feel as though like your reason why. Obviously we all have a way of inspiring people, whether you like to think it or not. At first, when I first joined, I'm sure Ashley felt like this too. Like, I'm not inspiring in any way. I'm not blah, blah, blah. Like, but you really are. Everyone can connect with you on some sort of level. And that's why I love this business so much, is because we are all so different in so many different ways. And I feel like that's so unique that all different kinds of people can connect with you, as long, obviously, as you share that stuff. So next is just mission and message. It kind of relates to your reason why, like what is your message? So for example, like for me, I kind of have like two different messages. Obviously to inspire other women that they are made for more and they don't have to settle and they are not stuck. Because that's obviously something that I have felt prior Beachbody, prior business, prior just doing these programs, is that I kind of felt stuck, and this was just such a great outlet. So I always want to just share that with everybody that I possibly can. And then my second message is just to help others realize that health and fitness is so much more than just weight loss and being skinny. So because, I mean, Ash and I have shared this in the past, just obviously the overall like infatuation of having this image that you're supposed to look like as a woman, the skinny and all that. And I feel as though that for me personally, Beachbody is more than just the weight loss programs. Obviously, we all would love to lose weight and are always hard on ourselves. But I feel like it's just so much more of the actual overall journey than just what the scale says. So we definitely like to preach that. Next is passion and positivity. Obviously, sharing your passion for your journey. And it doesn't always have to be Beachbody related. Like obviously on my Instagram, I'm sharing the business, obviously how it's changed me, but I'm also sharing the bus and the bus build. I don't know if you guys know, but Roger and I are building a schoolie. It's a school bus that will be our future home on wheels. So I'm sharing that. And then I'm also obviously sharing my pregnancy journey. And I feel as though the more you share, the more it makes you feel real, and the more people can connect with you. And then obviously just your passion for what you do in every single day leads to everything that we've kind of already touched on. And then action. So action is the biggest part, I feel as though, in this whole, if you want, obviously, for the business aspect. Posting, inviting, following up, hitting your Success Club goals that you want, and then obviously rank advancing are all impactful for you and for your team, clients, and all of that. Next is obviously the overall connection. And again, this is something that really is impactful for, one, your business, and two, the people around you. How are you connecting with people? Are you connecting with your followers, your challengers, and your team? So definitely deep diving back into your team and into your clients, into your challenge groups will really, really help build the morale of your overall team and the overall environment and vibes. Obviously, to bring new people in. And then just the followers on Instagram and everything. And Ashley and I will do like a power hour. But checking back in with your followers, you don't need to be like super, I don't know what the words I'm looking for, but it doesn't always have to be like, hey, thanks for following me. Want to join my next boot camp? Like Ashley and I know Ashley has been doing this. She's just been kind of like, hey, thanks so much for the follow. Like, hope everything is going well, in this craziness of quarantine. Thanks for following my page. Hope it brings you some sort of inspiration. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ashley. I think that's what you had said last time.
Right now I've got like a phrase, because I think I'm definitely run on shenanigans. So I just say, thanks so much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Just trying to be a light of positivity and shenanigans mixed in with a little bit of motivation. And I feel like that is definitely what my page is. And then people will usually just respond back like, hey, thanks so much. I'm really, really looking forward to that. And we just have a conversation based off of that. I'm not sitting there trying to invite them right away. It's just a conversation starter. Especially with like quarantine, like I really think checking in on people right now has been the most important thing. So.
Absolutely. And it makes you feel like less of a robot as well. Making those simple connections, even like, going through your stories and someone posting like a silly, I don't know, the other day, one of my friends had posted something on her stories about, it was like her kid's first birthday and he was like stuffing his face with cake. Like, just like, oh my gosh, girl, like, thank you so much for sharing it. Like, it definitely put a smile on my face. Like, so glad he's enjoying the cake, and leave it at that. And it's just a simple connection, and they can definitely obviously dialogue back and forth, which later on will lead hopefully to an invite into the business or into the, challenge group genre. But it's always great to make connections. One, it makes you feel better because I mean, especially now, like, since we can't just go out and socialize, I feel as though like me doing all these connections on Instagram has kind of like checked off that social checkbox, I guess, as you can say, for this crazy quarantine shenanigans. And then, so lastly is, are you trustworthy? So I thought this was kind of like when I first started coaching, like, how can somebody trust me via social media, blah, 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 blah. But it's all about like how you are inspiring other people, what you're posting, how they are connecting, the consistency that you bring, that people will actually start to think that they literally know you. Like, I have a ton of, like, obviously Ashley and I know each other. We did college courses and stuff. So like, I know her, but as far as like other girls that I have never even met in real life, like, I feel like I know them via social media. And it's just, how we stay consistent. Are you getting results? Are you sharing the results? And are you helping other people get those similar results? That's how you start to build that trust ball. And once it starts rolling, like, people will, okay, this girl's not a phony, or okay, like, this isn't fake, like, okay, this isn't like another infomercial, like, okay, this is another MLM. Like, So people will start to trust you. And that's just kind of like the magic of everything. And like I said, I think for me, the biggest thing, and one of the hardest and challenging things, I'm pretty sure I said this in a different call, but just staying consistent. Consistency is something that you just need to do. For me, it's just like working out, like something that I need to consistently do to stay on top of my goals. And especially with the business, consistency on posting, on showing up on stories, and all of that is a real game changer in the overall business. Ashley, if you have anything to add on this slide, go for it.
No, I think you rocked that slide, definitely. So this is more about what you should post. You know, your posts are going to be different than your stories. And I think this is really important because I know when I first started posting, I was literally just like, hey, I worked out today. Oh, look, day 7 of whatever. And I just kept posting all about my workouts. And I went back the other day and I had like 4 likes, 5 likes, no real comments. Like it wasn't really anything, you know? So now yes, I post my workouts, but it's maybe like 1 post a week where it's about just the workouts or something that I'm doing. I'm really just trying to be positive and just trying to talk about my life in general. Like I post about the kids a lot, but honestly, that's where I get the most interaction. And I think it's honestly too because I post about my kids a lot because so many times people think that I have kids, I can't work out, this is my life and this is who I am. I mean, that was my mindset. So I think that's why I post about my kids so much, because I want to help those people that feel stuck, that are in that motion, that think that there's no way I'm ever going to be able to work out with the kid. You know, so I post all the shenanigans. I mean, I post them on my belly, doing the ab workouts. I mean, it's ridiculous sometimes, but I post it and I make it real. You know, I can't sit there and say that life is perfect when it's not. So my posts, I really try to be as genuine as possible. And honestly, that's probably what I find the hardest sometimes. You have to put yourself out there sometimes, and that makes me nervous. Like Amanda and I had this conversation about the beach bars. You know, Hunter really did come out of the hospital and, you know, asked about if I had enough protein, if I should be having my beach bar. And I was like, I was so in love with him for doing that. But so many people judge me on that. Like so many people are like, oh, you're just using your kids for this. No, really, this is a real conversation. This is real life. And I'm really teaching him on all the importance of nutrition. I got him to eat his food tonight because I told him green beans are what's going to make him grow. And the steak is his protein. He was like, oh, right, mommy, like your protein bars, right? So like, you just have to be genuine and put yourself out there, which I know can be hard and can be scary. But I think the more genuine you are, the more people are going to trust you and believe in you and connect with you. You know, if they just scroll past and they see this cool picture of you working out, like that's fine. But if they see you doing your thing and being who you are, they're more likely to stop, read what you wrote, and comment or connect with you or message you. You know, so it's not just all working out. You know, they should be engaging, they should be motivating. This is kind of like a teacher thing. Like when you write an essay, it should be informational. So telling them about the products, you know, telling them why you drink the shakes, why you do the pre-workout, why you work out every day, right? It should not be every day, but that is something that you can put in there. One of them is like persuasive. You know, that's kind of like just motivating them to go do something. A lot of mine lately have been to get outside, you know, to go move your body because that is so important right now. So just something like that. And then the last one is entertaining. You know, when we scroll through social media, we don't want to be bored. We don't want to sit there and just see the same old nonsense. So be as entertaining as possible. I was just said to Amanda, Bonnie Engel has been fantastic lately, and she's posting all of her TikToks, and I am watching her feed like crazy for her next TikTok of her dancing around being absolutely ridiculous because it's hilarious. And then she'll post a workout, and I'm like, oh, I want to work out. So like it all works together. You know, it's all about being a positive light and just being there for people. You know, it's not all about the workouts. Yes, that's a part of it, but it's not all about the workouts. I read something the one day, it was like, you know, 80% should just be you and positive, and then 20% should be the workouts. And I think that's kind of the motto for Beachbody in general, you know, 80% nutrition, 20% workouts. Like it all kind of works together that way. Amanda, did you have anything to share on that one?
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, like, all of your posts don't need to be like paragraphs long. Like some of mine, I know, I think I've had one in the past, or I don't even know if I posted it yet, but like it's like a workout picture of me, right? And there's like dog toys everywhere, and I'm like, just say like, is it really a at-home workout if there aren't dog toys? Like you could do that with kid toys or whatever, and it just like makes it fun. But I'm also still promoting my at-home workouts without saying this is what you need. You know, like, so it's kind of like a fun play, but yet still like, oh yeah, she is working out at home, and still, you know, it's still fun. So it doesn't need to be like super dry post. Like it definitely can still be you, and make sure when you are writing these, you are saying them out loud and that it does sound like you, and you're not just reciting some, you know, something off of something else. And then I also just wanted to touch upon how Ashley was saying with her story with the boys, and how you are going to get a ton of naysayers. Like it just comes with the business, and you kind of have to build a little bit of a thick skin. You know, we get told no or no, like there's going to be naysayers all of the time, and more than half of them want to do what we do. And, you know, I was one way back in the day. Like I thought it was absolutely ridiculous, and I thought it was a scam. But they're asking right now, like, why do you do this? And they're sitting there waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for you to have some sort of transformation, whether it be mental, physical, emotional, you know, any sort of transformation of whether you fail or you succeed. And then they're going to come back and ask, like, okay, how do I do this? So you just need to, you know, give yourself some grace. And when people say no, it's okay. Like that's good. Fail forward. I always like try and remind myself that, okay, she said no, but I have people that said no like almost a year and a half ago, and like they just signed up last week. So you really need to stick to your like message, stick to your why, and always know that why you're doing this and who you're doing this for, and it'll always continue to drive. So I also don't want to sit here and say that you know, inviting is always easy. It's definitely hard. I'm sure Ashley can touch upon that as well. But just remember, like the naysayer, like take the no's and the naysayers and add them to your fuel fire of continuing to prove them wrong in a sense as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was a naysayer for the longest time. I mean, I remember this girl messaged me and I worked with her. I should have like engaged with her, and she was like, "Hey, you want to lose that baby weight?" And I was like, "Oh, don't even talk to me ever again." Like the way she went about it, I mean, I was not happy, and I literally just like crossed Beachbody off the list, and I was like, I'm never gonna do this. And then honestly, I saw Amanda's stories, and she was working out in Iraq and doing all these things, and I was like, oh man, maybe I can do this. And it looked like fun. Honestly, I would watch her stories and stalk her, and it looked like all this fun. And then I just made a comment, and I was like, all right, she thinks I can do this. Let's try it. You know, so just because they say no, I mean, I said no for 2+ years, and it just a matter of me honestly believing in somebody. I didn't believe in that girl. I believed in Amanda, and that makes the difference too. So now this is, you know, what goes on your stories. You know, I think the stories, I think you'll find a lot of interaction that way. You should post there as well. I find people that are in my stories that are not looking at my posts. You know, sometimes they're different. I'm getting a different type of people that way. And I feel like that also builds a lot of like that genuineness too. Like today I posted me dancing around like a fool eating green beans, but that's what my life is. That's who I am, you know, so they get to see that. They see that I'm cooking healthy, but I'm dancing around and I'm being ridiculous. So there are different things that you should try to post on there. You know, a healthy meal prep, a workout, a call to action like, hey, do you think you want to try this with us? Just something. And then you have to put your daily life in there. If you just put you drinking your shake, you working out, and some type of healthy meal prep, they're just going to not go back to you. They want something that they're going to sit there and go through and watch your stories and pay attention to. They're going to say, okay, what's this girl doing today? What type of shenanigans is happening now? And I feel like my house is always shenanigans. There's always something ridiculous. And I was only sharing a little bit at a time. and I was only sharing the minimum stuff that I needed, and I was getting like 25 views on my story. And now I've really being in quarantine has helped. I'm able to have my phone out more. So I post so much more on my stories. And this morning I had 75 people on my stories, which is nothing compared to some people. And I know that, but it is a huge difference. And I realize that when I start to when sometimes I don't post as much, my stories start to dwindle. People want to see stuff on there. They want to see other things besides me just working out. If I just post the bare minimum, I'm not really getting a lot. So make sure to make it about you. It doesn't have to just be the workouts and the pre-workout. Yes, that's really important because they need to see you're doing those things. I can't say that I work out every day and then not post that I'm working out every day. So, Amanda, if you want to touch on that, or?
I mean, I think you nailed it right on the head. Definitely staying consistent. I can definitely tell you there's certain people who I follow, Ashley being one. And if she's not on there dancing by a certain time, I'm just like, what is she doing? Where is she? Like, what's going on? And I have other people that I follow that do the same thing. And I'm just like, where are they? And then obviously definitely go on Pinterest, and you can get tons of ideas or just cute quotes that you can always put on your stories just to fill in like random blank spots if you don't necessarily feel like talking or sharing or doing anything else. Like I'll do that most of the time at night, like before I'm going to bed, kind of like a last night like quote thing, and then close it out, and then the morning is a new start.
So we'll learn how to fix this. We have 9 minutes left. It's telling me on top. So if it kicks you off, I am so sorry, but I'm going to try to figure out how to fix that. But we are going to go to the next slide.
Yes.
Amanda, you want to touch on this one?
Yeah. And then just obviously following up on everything we've discussed, but following and engaging with the people isn't to just grow following. Inviting isn't about selling something. Posting isn't to just make you look aesthetically pleasing. And checking in with your clients and posting in your group isn't just something to check off your to-do list. All of those things gives you the ability to create impact. So this slide just, kind of just reminds us that we're not just here just to check all of these things off, right? We're not here building our Instagram just to grow a following. We're trying to make an impact on the communities that we're involved in, and then in which obviously we'll make a lovely impact in our bank account. But at the end of the day, we're all not here just to get a quick buck, because you'll find out this business is not a quick dollar. But yeah.
All right. And the grand finale.
So I try to do this every single night. And I think when you do this, it definitely makes a impact in yourself on how you think about your business overall. So I do challenge you before you go to bed every night, just ask yourself, like, how did I make an impact today? Even if it's something small, it doesn't have to be something luxurious, like I changed 15 people's lives today, blah, blah, blah. Like, I helped my husband with blah, 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 or something with Beachbody, or like even the smallest things will make your soul happy. So always ask. And the other question I like to ask myself, and it's always a gut check a little bit, but would I have paid myself today in this business? And I know Ashley's been on other calls where they've asked this question, and it is definitely a gut check when it comes to this business, because you do work for yourself. There is no boss breathing down your neck. There is no quotas. There is no crunch time. And that's the overall beauty of this business. But if you do want to go places in this business, definitely ask yourself, would I have paid myself today? When you don't see the results you want from this business, definitely always reflect back on yourself. And lastly, you were born with the gift to impact someone's life, so use it.
Yeah, I think that's honestly like a fantastic quote to end with, because I really think like getting into coaching is all about making an impact. It's all about trying to help people. And I think that's honestly what has like fueled my passion so much, because I really, like, before this, I was not into health and fitness. And then like watching other people start to transform because like I had a conversation with them. was absolutely amazing. And I say it to Craig all the time. I'm like, look how much she's changed, or look at this. Like, I get so excited. And honestly, that fuels me. It's honestly like my little like me time. Just getting away and sitting there on Instagram and talking to people is sometimes just my me time, you know, going on there and just zoning everything else out and talking to people and being positive and helping them really helps me feel good as well. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to stop the recording.